This is why Pakistani tractors can handle heavy loads. They repurpose ship axles by cutting and heating them, then forging them into incredibly durable tractor rear half shafts. The quality of these products even meets export standards. The ship axles you see here, cut into sections, are the raw materials for making these tractor half shafts. The axles are first heated in a furnace to shape them into half shafts better. As the temperature rises, the axles turn a glowing red. After half an hour of heating, they're ready for forging. The master uses a chain hoist to easily position the axle under the power hammer. The hammer rhythmically pounds down, each strike delivering immense force. The task is to shape the axle into the rough form of a half shaft. The outer oxidation layers peel away as the red-hot steel billet is hammered. Since the half shaft isn't a complete cylinder, the master must also shape the shaft rod portion. To perfectly shape the shaft rod into a cylinder, it's placed in a limiting mold. This ensures that the forged half shaft meets the required standards. After forming the shaft rod, the steel billet needs reheating, as it's not hot enough for further forging. After another 10 minutes in the furnace, the billet is ready to be placed in a circular mold, where the master shapes the axle head to the correct flange size. With forging complete, the billet resembles a half shaft, but forging alone isn't enough. The master mounts the half shaft on a lathe to smooth the irregular flange. Since enough material was left during forging, the master can make significant cuts. Gradually, the flange becomes smooth and flat. Once the outer surface is smooth, the master repositions the half shaft to work on the other end of the flange. As the half shaft is forged, the lathe chips reveal exceptional quality. It could easily handle pulling 100 tons of cargo. After the flange is perfectly smooth, the shaft rod still needs shaping into the final half shaft form. Since the rod isn't a uniform cylinder, the master cuts steps at various points. As we know, bolts secure half shafts, so holes must be drilled. The master uses a limiting mold to ensure the holes are perfectly aligned. With all the holes drilled, the shaft rod is still not up to standard, so the master mounts the half shaft on the lathe again for finer machining. Finally, it's almost complete when the entire half shaft shines bright and meets all requirements. However, since the half shaft is responsible for power transmission, it's fixed onto a gear hobbing machine. The master then cuts spline grooves into the shaft rod, which connects to the differential, allowing power to transfer to the wheels. Once the spline grooves are cut, the tractor's half shaft is complete. How do you rate the Pakistani master's skills? If 10 is the highest score, what would you give him?